Uh, Howdy. That was weird. My computer just went by. So, as I was in midsection. So, there we go. So let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What did people who did I think what's funny about Brishov and Rusov is that they blame everyone else but never take responsibility for their mistakes. Yes, they're very good at that, the two of them, I would say. One. All right. But yes, Russo and Bischoff are great at blaming everybody else but themselves. That's very, very true. Let's see. Who's the best American female wrestler right now? I have no clue. Couldn't tell you. I'm not the one to ask. Are you a Matt Riddle fan? Love Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle should be somewhere big wrestling, making lots of money. I think Vince views Daniel like he did Ray, where he could draw some money. It was over, but never in position to put him as top guy. Absolutely, positively, absolutely, that is how it goes. How would I make the brand split work? I think the way they did it, where you had one title and then the champion kind of went from he feuded like he feuded with one brand one time, another brand another time, something like that, and then you had like the Intercontinental and the U.S. title were more like big titles for the brands. I think that's how you do it. Which member of the New Day will be the one to compete in Money in the Bank? Probably Kofi. I would rather see Big E. That's just me. What do you think of Pritchard's podcast? I haven't really seen it, so couldn't even tell you. Who deserves to be the deserves that isn't in it? Jerry Jarrett is the guy I always say. So, you feel like the WWE getting the $1 billion TV network deal is bad for the fans? Possibly. I mean, here's the thing: you're gonna get WWE easily can now go on this huge buying spree, buying up everybody, even people they're not going to use. Just pay dudes to sit at home and not wrestle anywhere. They can do that, which basically means that it's going to be almost impossible for anyone to really compete against them. They can do that. They can get anybody they want. They can do the whole thing. On the flip side, the Fox part of the deal means that they're actually going to have to put on a good product and a product people want to watch, which means that they're going to have to they're going to have to that part of it could be good. I think it's just going to I still think that would probably be the best. That's the only way it's good. But you know, if the NXT rumor is true, that's not that NXT will probably change. So I'll get to the Whataburger thing in a second. I have a long rant on Whataburger. Do you feel that WWE? Okay, I still feel that I've never seen his guest booker. Probably is. I mean, it is what it is. So, is Whataburger worth going to Texas for? Yes. I miss Whataburger. I am now living in a place where there is no Whataburger. The closest Whataburger is 4 hours away from me. I would easily drive the 4 hours to have Whataburger. The thing is, if you go to Whataburger, you cannot be foolish and simply order what you see on the menu. You have to realize that, like, this is what I order. I order a double meat, double cheese with grilled onions, grilled jalapenos. I add, depending on what specialty burger they have right at the moment, I'll add, you know, some sauce to it instead of mustard. Sometimes I'll add mustard and lettuce, and that's what I get. But that's what you have to do. You have to customize that sucker to where it is what you want, because you can do that. They literally have so much stuff you can put on their burgers. It's not funny. That's what you have to do. And then, of course, their root beer shakes. Oh, my God. The root beer shakes are so good. Root beer shakes are amazing. So, yes, there you go. Do you think that Ciampa and Gargano will be booked terrible on the main roster? Yes, I do. Thoughts on WWE going after MLL Tibet since they have a TV deal? Apparently they've talked about it, but then I guess they're gonna probably move away from it, because with the signed talent, it's gonna be the unsigned talent that they're probably gonna try to get. NXT outside of network specials is not a great show in my opinion. It's a good show. It's not always a great show. I think it's a traditional show, and then it's a good show, which is what you want, and then it goes to, you know, the big shows. And I think the thing is, and I talked about this before, that I think Impact, MLW, Ring of Honor to an extent, lots of places kind of have this issue where what people want is more of how, as far as how they put on the matches, of what Lucha Underground is, where you've got like maybe build up for a couple weeks and then you get the show on TV, and possibly that's what we're going to get once with SmackDown going on Fox. Is the pay-per-views really don't mean as much. The network stuff doesn't mean as much as any of that stuff. So, thoughts on Enzo clearing his name? The video, I did not see the video, so I can't tell you about the video. He cleared his name. It is what it is. He's probably not going to WWE because they wanted a reason to get rid of him, and they had a reason to get rid of him, so that's what they did. What guest booker would you like to see? I don't know. There's probably, you know, Heyman would be good, but I don't think, you know, you're not going to see that. What guest booker would I like to see? Who is somebody that I would like to see? I don't know. I'd like to see somebody kind of like a Dave Meltzer or a Dave Shear or somebody like that. Somebody that isn't a wrestling guy, like booking something, you know, kind of thing. I think that would be kind of cool. Chance of WWE getting Okada. What? Chance of WWE. What? Okay. Okada. Depends. They throw a bunch of money at him, they could get him. If they don't, then there you go. What did you think of George? I thought he was excellent as the host. Should Jim Cornette return to WWE? No. Thoughts on WWE signing Jasmine Duke, and how long before they do a feud between the MMA and the NXT? SummerSlam of this year, I would say. I could see the Raven one being good. He's a smart dude. When is Brock losing the damn title? I am so sick of him not showing and defending the title. Probably not until SummerSlam. So there you go. And it probably will be Roman. Get rid of you, do to you. But I think I think Roman beats Brock. SummerSlam, probably. Why doesn't Finn Balor do the Demon anymore? They only do the Demon when they know he's going to go over and for special events. So there you go. You really think they're still going with Roman? I still think they're going with Roman. They might go with Braun, but Prediction of, I think they go 90 minutes, and Okada wins. That's what I think happens. Yeah, I think I bet they go close to 90 minutes. I'll say Heyman. Do you think the fans turn on Braun if he becomes the guy? No, I don't, because it means Roman's not the guy. So, the UK kayfabe commentary should do a TNA timeline now that they finished ECW. Sure, why not? What the flip? That's being weird. Will the main event be one of the ladder matches, AJ versus Nakamura, Naya versus Ron, or will they do the stupid enough to Roman Gender as the main event in Chicago? No, I figure it'll probably be AJ and Nakamura will probably be the main event, I would hope. What is the most exciting product to watch right now? ROH or New Japan? Or people like Braun? He's not Roman. That's why they like him. I mean, think about it. When Braun really got like crazy over, it was when he was beating Roman. So it's because he's not Roman. Thoughts on Cody versus Alice at the All-In title versus title? My biggest problem with that really is that this was asked before, is the fact that they already announced it, which means pretty much Cody's winning the title. Which, okay. But as long as they don't do a stupid like dusty finish, or as long as somebody wins, I'm fine with it. If Asuka beats Camilla for the title, then what was the point of having Charlotte beat her? So that Asuka could lose, I guess. And I don't know. I don't understand what the point is. Thoughts on being the elite? Being the elite's funny. I don't always like it, but I think it's good. You think the Bullet Club is the most popular wrestling thing outside of it, without question? Thoughts on Goldust having a title run? No. I think title runs will probably be on him at this point. So. Let's see. Do you think Cody Rhodes would be a good WWE main eventer? Don't know about that. I think he'd be a good upper mid card guy. Thoughts on Ishimori becoming the newest Bone Soldier? I like that. It makes sense than the other Bone Soldier. Why does WWE hate tag teams and groups? No earthly idea. Couldn't tell you. I don't get it. You think UFC will fare better against his opponent that's coming up? Maybe. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Have you played Fire Pro World on PC or what? I have played it on PC. I have it on PC. I love the game. My only problem with the game, and I know that you can mod the game so you can fix this, is the fact that you can't just port over saved games, so that like you can get you get the full rosters that you want. You have to play the whole load it in. Where do you want all of that garbage? I don't want to do that. I want someone else to do it for me. So there you go. Do you think Ibushi will cost Kenny the title? No. I don't think we'll get. I think we get Ibushi versus Kenny as the. I wouldn't be shocked if it's the main event final for G1. Don't know if you were asked, but who do you think will win? I hope Joe wins too, but everybody seems to think it's going to be Miz. So be main eventer. Watch Arrow and Flash. No. Okay, I don't want. Do I watch them? No. What's on the awful list? I didn't see the segment, so I couldn't tell you. But it sounded absolutely horrible because they love that stuff. So what are you gonna do? What would you main event in All In? What would I do as the main event in All In? Maybe do. I don't know what I would do as the main event of All In. It'll probably be Cody and Aldis. But I don't. Probably. I don't watch Doctor Who. Never liked Doctor Who. So, I should say never liked Doctor Who. I haven't liked Doctor Who since the probably second season of the newest incarnation. So there you go. How are you gonna do Bullet Club War Games without Cody? That doesn't work. But if Fox is dissatisfied with SmackDown numbers and they pull the plug, arguably, what do you think WWE's backup plan would be? I guess they would go to USA. I guess. I mean, USA would definitely want them. They just would pay them next to nothing for them. So, CM Punk versus Omega, I could see that. I mean, we don't really know what Omega's going to do, but I could see that. Could see that too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they could do. I mean, it just depends on what they know what they want to do. So, I got faith in them that they will do right. It's what I would team, but you have the title match. So yeah, I mean that's what I would do too. So my favorite intro it would be the classic Goldust intro is awesome. I like that. Undertaker's intro is really good. I really liked the 7 intro as much as people destroy it, but I really liked it. So I thought it was cool, but I like strange stuff like that. So. Doctor Who too crazy for you? It's not too crazy. It's just I don't know. Because I like the really 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 crazy Doctor Who stuff from like the 80s. I'm fine with. I don't know. Just like I said, it just got kind of crazy for me. I don't know. Not crazy. It just wasn't my thing. I guess. I don't know. I just never. I mean, it's good. It's just I don't see the absolute. Oh my god! I can't believe how great this show is. So, but I have been told by my best friend I have some sort of weird thing with BBC shows. So. When Bobby returned, they had an awesome top monster heel handed to them, gift wrapped, and with this segment, they could. they've done nothing with Bobby Lashley, which sucks because the dude is so much better than he was before. So I don't know why. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. Guy is great, and they have. I don't know. Don't understand it. Don't think I ever will understand it. So. Feelings on Deadpool. I haven't seen Deadpool 2, so couldn't tell you. Is the resurrection of the Green Goblin and the Clone Saga the dumbest resurrection comic book villain history? I don't know. There's been some pretty stupid ones. So yeah. Yes, I have watched the Clone Wars cartoon. Lashley hardly has a finisher. So are all WWE pay-per-views going to be 4 hours now, with Mania being 5? No, it will be 4. The big 4 will now be 5, and then WrestleMania will be like even longer. I guess I don't know. It's stupid. It's very dumb. So all the that's too long. Solo bombed in the box office. Disney Mania pre-show being on box. It could be. I could see that. I did not. I heard it was fairly good though, so. How do they bring the fallen characters back from Infinity War? They probably will have someone bring them back with one of the Infinity Stones. You seen the recent? Yes, that was. Yes, I did see that, and people could go see that. You know, it's nice when Morofuji is being Morofuji. Actually, I bet Solo has already made its money back, because the thing about all Star Wars movies is pretty much every single one of them is paid for before they even hit the market, because of all of the royalties and stuff. Like every single one of the prequels had already made a bunch of money before it was ever released. So, current favorite indie wrestler. My favorite indie wrestler, Matt Riddle. Is it true that the NXT Chicago is barely half sold at this point? I have not checked. Wouldn't surprise me. NXT has not been selling great, and they sell really good for the the big 4 shows, but that's about it. Do you still live in? No, I now live. I moved from Texas to Oklahoma, and now I'm in Kansas City. You feel Last Jedi is responsible for how poorly Solo has done so far? Maybe. I mean, perhaps. I don't know. Black versus Lars Solo is the main event. I'm not a fan of that at all. I don't know why you would do that match, but I mean, I guess it gives you something to do. I guess. I mean, because what are you gonna do with Sullivan if Black beats him? You know, have another Aleister Black match, but we'll see. Yeah, because ROH isn't losing money hand over foot, but and if you actually look at what NXT draws like weekly, it's not very good. Thoughts on the participants of the new UK? I mean, they got the guys they wanted to get, so that to try to stop somebody from trying to stop somebody from getting a foothold in the UK market. So there you go. Let's see, trilogy of all time would be is Masao and Kobashi considered a trilogy? That would probably be my guess. Though, I mean, Okada and Tanahashi would be close because that turned New Japan's business like around. So, and I mean, I love Flair and Steamboat, but Flair and Steamboat, while great and awesome, didn't do much business wise. I think the new Planet of the Apes is the best sequel in recent memory. It's pretty damn good. Beyond Help. I would say when Benoit, Malenko, Saturn. Hold up. Who else thought it was and Guerrero all left. I think that was it. For ROH in Japan to not work out a deal for all and to be strength alive. Most underrated, overlooked WrestleMania? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I don't think it's so much ROH and New Japan. I think it's probably other factors. I would think. I would be shocked if the show's not streamed though. I would be absolutely shocked. I think they're gonna like wait until like really close and then announce, oh, we're gonna stream the show. So does not having all in on a streaming device make it feel more special? For could be. I mean, that could be one of the reasons why they're doing this. I don't know. Do you think Candice will get pushed in NXT after the street fight is done with Johnny? Maybe. We will see. How do you think? Who do I think should comment at all in? I bet as a message, I bet it winds up being Kevin Kelly and somebody. Kevin Kelly and somebody. How did you come up with the Truthslayer name? How did I come up with the Truthslayer name? I was given the name when I was in high school because I was in debate. And in debate, people did not like debating me because I would take what people would saw as like perceived truths, or truths that were kind of like stuff that people see as true but isn't really true type of things, and I would slay them. So that's where the Slayer of Truth kind of came from, and it was Truthslayer. So one of the guys just said, you know, so, and it stuck. Which match would you say was better, through Kobashi versus Hansen or Kobashi versus Kobashi versus Hansen? Thoughts on Ray Phoenix joining CMLL? That's a big freaking deal. Probably he will not be the only one, and so that's a big deal. Pretty much every Mania since 27 has been decent to very good. It sucked. It's a bit of a pass because everyone was injured. When will you join the club and become the Kingslayer? Probably never. Because yeah. Thoughts on Ricochet versus Dream at TakeOver? We'll see. We'll see how good Ricochet is. I'll just put it that way. Do you think WWE will actually do something meaningful with Elias, or do you see him eventually going the jobber route like Sandow? Probably like Sandow, because the problem is Elias isn't very good in the ring, and you know, people like check out as soon as the bell rings, and that's not good. So I don't know. I can't. But the thing is, as soon as Elias would become a babyface, he would become people would start booing him because they wouldn't like him anymore, because it would be like, yeah, it wouldn't be very good. Currently on my pull list. You mean as far as comics? I don't read any like standalone comics. I usually wait for them to hit the trades. So it's funny that Vince doesn't believe in anti-heroes, and his biggest draw ever was an anti-hero. So no. So it's a Marquine. Will you calm down after your basketball game, Marquine? You know, I really don't know who's going to win. I think it's been really good. I think it's been really good, I would say. Actually, no, the original show, the first show, the first season, they were actually stuck on a planet. And then they got lost in space. So that's why they're where they're at now, because now they're going to be lost in space. They had to set up all of that. That show's gonna be weird, the second season, because if you know anything about like the characters and everything, I can't think of his name now. The mechanic guy is actually supposed to be like the love interest for the oldest sister, except the oldest sister is like 18 and he seems like he's about 30, so that's going to be like a weird thing. So the show seems very strange, but I liked it. I thought that it was good stuff. Ishimori should win. I don't know if he is going to win. Well, I know, but I love that show, so that's why I remember that, because that was like one of the shows growing up that was on syndication back in the day that I just absolutely loved and would watch the hell out of. So what's your favorite Marvel comic storyline from beginning to end? Marvel storyline from beginning to end. Look who it is. Look who joined us. Let's see. It's a Jared. Let's see. Favorite comic book storyline from beginning to end in Marvel. Age of Apocalypse, probably. DC. DC, it's Kingdom Come. Not even close. Red Dwarf fan, not a Red Dwarf fan. I'm on day 5. I think I will. All these matches have been good to incredible. They've been really good. I mean, it's much deeper than it normally is. Will indie hating marks ever come to the realization that WWE hires talent from elsewhere because of experience and not because they're trying to cater to smarts? No, they will never, ever, 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 ever realize that. Ever. I don't think. Or that NXT is full of said people. That's the other thing that they will never come to the realization of, but what are you going to do? I figured more people would freak out over Jared being in here, but I guess not. They've never catered to them. He was a thing, BBC shows. He has a thing. I can't watch Raw or SmackDown either, so we're there. What are your thoughts on the Darkest Night storyline? Haven't read it, so couldn't tell you. I have no clue, no concept, no anything on. Favorite thing to watch on the network? NXT, probably. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You shouldn't be able to blast through Raw and SmackDown in 30 minutes. That's not an okay thing. That's funny, Marky. It's true, though. He pops up and you're like, is that who I think it is? It is. It is. And yes, he does. He does. Samoa Joe does need to save wrestling, but, Vince won't let him save wrestling, so. That would be hard. Oh, look. Look. It's a little one. No, go put on clothes if you're going to come downstairs. No, go put on clothes. Then you can come downstairs. No. Go put on clothes, and then you can come downstairs. I don't know what they're heading for. Who knows? I have not. Yeah, if you're talking about all of us, none of that would be like none of us like schedules would ever work, ever. Can turn the DCEU around. He has a good track record. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the thing is the thing, you have to get Superman right. If you don't get Superman right, then the rest of it's not going to work, and that's just kind of the way it is. Yeah, because like the time most people could get on here would probably be like a Sunday night. That ain't gonna work for me. And then you got people that just have Bendis going to DC. Fine, I'm not the biggest Bendis fan, so we'll see. We'll see what he does. She can come down, but she's not gonna come down naked because then my wife's gonna get mad, and then that's not gonna be that's not gonna be okay. Everyone usually does a first good issue of Superman. Usually. Do you think he will finally lose at Wrestle Kingdom? Probably. Did you put clothes on? No, clothes.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying put on my blanket.
Well, go put on a shirt.
Well, first I need to pick it up.
Do you have a shirt and it just won't come down? Just a second. What are you doing? Okay. There we go. Oh man. I know you want up on my lap. Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Look, it's in Georgia.
Yep, it's a Georgia. Right down.
Let's see, where are we at? How did you get Superman? They went from classic route in Superman Returns, and it didn't. No, they went the classic route, but they went like too far with the classic route and with a really bad story.
Push one of the buttons.
No.
And then can't tell what do the buttons do? What does this button do?
Like Spider-Man, Wolverine. There's always too many clones.
Dad,
Don't get me started on
what
clones.
does this button do?
It's just nothing. See?
What does this button do?
It is my doppelganger.
And what does this button do?
It makes the letter A.
Ooh, let me try.
Okay, so A. It's down here.
Hey,
Why don't you go watch your show?
You get on the board.
Well, that's why I had you watch the other show.
You know what? I think I'm missing it.
Okay, you go watch your show. Thoughts on Zack Snyder considering a movie on the Fountainhead? That would be interesting. Champ is going to lose at Dominion. That is my hot take. Every champ, really. That's pretty crazy. Would have liked to see Brandon Roth get another shot at Superman. I think he made a good Superman. Personally, I think he made a good Superman. I think there was a lot. Everything about that movie was really good except the story. The story was the only thing that was, because people didn't want that story. They wanted like a Superman story, and they wanted like a newer Superman story, and that's was the problem. Where I think you got the story in Man of Steel, but you got a Superman and everything else that people didn't want. So, in terms of WWE, should he go to 205? No, he should not. I could see that. Enzo, I mean, real ones rap. I have not heard it, not going to hear it, don't want to hear it. So there you go. I mean, really, anybody for the most part could win Super Juniors. I don't think anybody would complain. They have the best comic book stories right now. It ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows. I mean, really, you could do a movie of, like, say, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, and it would probably be like an amazing movie, and people would like freak out over it. Have you ever checked out Oliver Harper's channel and his regular review stuff like that? See, I have not. Ant-Man and Wasp could be pretty interesting, I think. Batman, see, I don't know. Batman Catwoman getting married to me is, eh. I mean, yes, but at the same time. Though, if you read Whatever Happened to the Cape Crusader, that's probably my favorite story in there is the Catwoman story. So, you were the first YouTuber I ever accepted. Cool, thank you. Thoughts on Joaquin Phoenix being cast as the Joker in the Joker origin movie? Hadn't heard that, but I could see him being a pretty good Joker. Yeah, but it makes sense, Markeem. Anywhere should give Ant-Man and Wasp a boost in the box office. I wonder if they will die at the end of the movie. Like, literally, if they all just like go at the end of the movie. But what makes you not a fan of it? I think we just like the animation is amazing in Thundercats, but the story in the original Thundercats, some of them were kind of like a little too kiddie for me. So It's just I was just too old for it at the time, I think. Check out Lucha Underground, trying to get through season 3 before season. Yeah, so I'm trying to get through season 3 too. So it won't happen like we all think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care about weddings. They ruined the only wedding I ever cared about, so I don't care. Actually, they ruined both of the weddings I ever really cared about. So to think about it, actually, no. You know what? They all 3 of the weddings I really cared about. They pretty much See, Markeem knows. Markeem knows. It's like really cool animation with like kitty storylines. The animation does not fix. What's the third? The third would be Gene and Scott. Since they've now made that, oh, well, that really didn't, like, it happened, but it really wasn't, like, the thing. Fuck that. You can hate Scott. Unfortunately, every current writer of the last, like, 15 years hates Scott, too, so... Yes, the Thunderscat, the reboot's really good. Hertz projects that use it first. Huh? CalArts. What are you talking about? So Gene Scott, Spidey, Mary Jane, and Lois. Yes, there you go. Had any ECW come along around 2003, rather than do you think it would have done better, worse, or about the same? About the same, because it would be Ring of Honor. That's like comparing like the rebooted He-Man to the original He-Man. I didn't really like the original He-Man either because I had already seen Black Star, Black Star, all those Funimation stuff that was basically the exact same thing as He-Man. So yeah, I can get married in the Teen Titans Go film. No. Silverhawks was the same thing. Same thing as it was like, yay, let's have a cool intro, cool animation, and like no story. Yes, the He-Man reboot is much better, and then they canceled it before we got She-Ra, which is stupid. Anything that do I like anything like D&D? Let's see. What do we got over here? Do I have anything I can actually pull out? So we got this. Ta-da! And I got this big old bad boy here too. And and that's probably the ones that most people would know. But yeah, I don't have any D&D stuff per se, but do I have any? No, I don't have any D&D stuff. I got some Pathfinder stuff, got some Rifts, Savage World Rift stuff. Let's see. My favorite thing right now would be um, 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 can't think of the name of it. It's a new one. It's basically Stranger Things set in Scandinavia, right? Yeah. And then uh, Delta Green, which is Cthulhu stuff set in modern times, and then also there's one called Shadows of Estrin, which is probably the best one that you guys have ever like never heard of. So there you go. 80s and early, so there you go. We need the Mortal Kombat reboot film. Yes, we do. I'm a sucker for the 80s, early 90s cartoons. Centurion's was okay. Mask was awesome. Bravestar to me, out of like the He-Man stuff, Bravestar was probably the best one. Who should Naito feud with after Jericho? Ibushi, probably. Do you think Okada will lose? I do not think he will lose to Omega, but I think they're going like 90 minutes. People need to be like ready for that. I think they're going like 90 minutes. So also have buying the rights to all things. I think it's good because I think they'll actually like probably do a show that's a little bit more like not the same show over and over and over again. Yes, I watched Robotech. Watched all of Robotech. Then went back and I had the role-playing games. I have some comics. Read all the books. So as well, so that I actually knew how the stupid thing ended. I've watched most of the Macross stuff from Japan as well. I haven't watched, I think, the newest series. I don't think I've watched. So, wasn't Trish Stratus attached to play Sonya in a Mortal Kombat reboot at some point? I've never heard that, so no idea. Don't be shocked if Naito versus Omega comes close to like 2 hours. Yeah, you mean Omega? I don't know. Personally, I've never been into Okada. He's a good wrestler, just missing something. I love Okada, so don't get it. But yeah, like 90 minutes, 2 hours, I could definitely see that. Star Blazers is the shit. That's like otherworldly shit. That's in the Battle of the Planets, like it's its own little thing, part of it. So Star Blazers is from the 70s. That's like saying Speed Racer hasn't aged well. You guys are crazy. You guys see, Markeem, you need to like when Joe and Josh Barnett are getting off on their weird like Warhammer tweets. It happens. It happens. And they go off on their own little like. You have to understand what they're saying because they speak in code. But yeah, that's something weird. I think it's going to be Joe and Natalia. That's who I think it's going to be. I agree. I actually really like that film. I think people are uber hard on it, but I think people went expecting like an adult speed racer film, and it's a kids film, and it's like I really like it as well. So old man rocking in his chair. See, Markeem, they asked about the RPGs, but most of the RPGs are upstairs, so I couldn't like pull them all out. No, I think that is who his next feud will be. Him or whoever has the title. I think that's who it would be. I do think that. And Becky. My pick's Braun and probably Sasha. I don't see Braun. I don't think it'll be Braun. Braun doesn't need it, so I don't think it will be Braun. Okay, I guess. Thank you. I think Finn should be heel. Finn should be heel, and but you know, it is what it is. I just don't see anyone else winning, unfortunately. Sounds terrible. I don't think she'll be able to fit well. Like, I want Becky Lynch to win, but you know that already. Becky ain't winning. As long as Kevin Dunn's there, she ain't winning. Benny you were so upset that she signed. She was going to sign last year, and she failed medicals. So Hey, they haven't ruined Joe, so they haven't ruined everybody. The thing is, apparently at Access, apparently her line was like insane too. So you are not alone in liking Miss Lynch. So. Though I do want to see Vic's rant on him actually going to SmackDown to see Brian and Joe, and then having what happened. I think the final would have been. I don't think so, no, because I don't think they would want two Japanese women in there. Isn't she in TNA? It was 94 degrees today. And there's like no airflow in this basement. So yeah. So yes. So the fan stays here. It's supposed to be like 100 and something. Which one is Evolve 105? That was one of the ones. WrestleMania weekend. Which one was it? The only place where women wrestlers can get more recognition to that level. So I guess it's that. I think tonight I've officially decided to kill the Mets organization and just focus on my rocks. I thought you did that like long ago. You'd sign anyone from Impact that you would sign to WWE or NXT. Besides Austin Aries, not off the top of my head. That's your fault for sticking with the Mets. The Mets get their one championship a decade, and then that's it. Like a month ago, Keith Lee Riddle's final match versus each other. That match is amazing. I've not seen that one. Then it's Evolve. When I ever watch Evolve, I don't like watching crowds that just sit there until like Matt Riddle comes out. It's like I just watch the Matt Riddle match. You think Eli Drake will sign with WWE or re-sign with Impact? I mean, he's going to go to NXT if he goes anywhere, so who knows? One champion is taking road. What? You won one in the 70s, right? You won one in the 80s, right? And didn't you win one in the 2000s, or am I mistaken? And I agree with you. That match is pretty freaking awesome. Morofuji seems to be like back on like Morofuji stuff, so that's good. Okay, so I'm mistaken. Thoughts on Sami Callihan, Eddie? You know what? I can't get into that feud. I've tried. I just can't. I mean, I get it. It looks really awesome. So there we go. So we lost to the injured Cardinals in 06. No, I'm still not over that. This is worth paying attention again in general. Yeah, in general, I hear it's pretty good. Are there any local? I was going to go to like the local wrestling promotion, and then they folded up. So no. When did the Attitude Era die for you? For me, it was like first brand split, watered down the product, and then there's no more must see TV ever. Yeah, probably then. Check out some of the Championship Carnival matches. Yeah, the Championship Carnival stuff is pretty good, Marquine. The stuff I've seen, I haven't seen all of it, but the stuff I've seen, and everyone says that they're doing well now. So. I think pretty hard. I think it's going to be like, we'll see. Either they're going to be dead quiet for it, or they're just going to be like, it's going to be bad. It might be. I could see that being. I could see that being Big Show Batista at Hammerstein bad. It's a match they can do so that Roman's not in the top, has a title match. That's the purpose of that match. And that Roman can beat a guy who was, a champion for half the year. I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you. Somebody in the chat will have to tell you. So favorite boss fight in video game history? I think of a boss fight that I like absolutely loved. I don't know, the first time, I know the one that I remember the most was the first time I got to the end of Pit Fighter. Who will win the ultimate battle of CM Punk versus Chris Amon? I don't know. I think Lesnar is done in WWE for SummerSlam for a while. That's probably what is going to happen. Why would it not count? Technically counts, right? Oh, you know what? No. You know who my favorite boss character was? Is what's his name? In Fatal Fury Special, the special boss. I can't remember who that is though. When he returns, do you see Ambrose turning heel? I see Ambrose going after Samoa Joe. I hope, because the Samoa Joe and Renee stuff is awesome, and I would love them to actually try to keep doing that. I'd imagine he's probably done after this run, I would think. Unless WWE just pays him a crap load of money. But who gonna do it all in? Punk? See, I think Punk wrestles, and I think first, I think they're like, oh, you know, Punk's not here, and then I think his wife wrestles, and everyone's like, oh my God, she wrestled, oh, and everyone's happy for that, and then I think he comes out at like some point and wrestles, and then everyone like loses their shit, and yeah. What's going on? Do you see him and Jordan reuniting American Alpha to combat? I would hope so. They're much better as a tag team than they are not together. So, who would wrestle? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Exhibited taking both Rumble and SummerSlam around the country to MLB parks. It would easily sell tickets, and weather wouldn't be a factor as many have retractable roofs. I could see them doing that, and it would boost the ticket sales too. Do you consider Okada an all-timer? At this point, yes, I would. The guy has gone on a crazy, 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 crazy run. Thoughts on Bo and Axel's new gimmick as the B team? I don't watch Raw that much, so but I mean it's something for them to do. So there's that. Plus, the NBA, NHL arenas are usually close by, so they could hold NXT, Raw, SmackDown, all in the same vicinity. I like the idea. I think that's something that they've talked about doing before, but you know. Match quality wise, greatest IW title reign ever, in my opinion. Pretty much. I don't think there's anything even close. The B team. I think eventually they'll turn the face. Probably. I could see that. Definitely see them doing that. I definitely see them turning face. I definitely see them, you know, probably living up to their expectations, so to speak. Next year's Rumble at Chase Field in Arizona will be the first attempt, and I think it will pay off. I think so. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the thing is it makes the ticket sales look better than what they are. Why have Matt and lost their luster? I like them as a tag team, so I think long term, I think it's good because eventually you will get the turn, and then it will be good. They're good by themselves right now. So you've been to live, probably WrestleMania 17. The ROH show in Houston was really good. So yeah. Oh. For the guy asking about RPGs, you've probably never seen this. This is a giant book. Believe it or not, what this book has in it is nothing, and I mean nothing, but traps you can use as a DM in RPGs. That's all this book is. It is the craziest thing ever. I kickstarted this thing. It is insane. It is insanity. Just thought I would share that because I looked over and saw it. So yeah, that the ECW show I saw in Houston that was not supposed to be a TV taping that turned into a TV taping stacks up there too. So that, and it's the only wrestling show I know of that my best friend actually enjoyed. So, and that was just because like Sandman came out and he like freaked out. Like never seen an ECW show, had no idea. Like at the ECW show, let's see, nothing major. It was like Sandman came out, he like freaked out because he got hit in the head. D&D's good. Kind of if the thing with D&D is what D&D is good. D&D is good for like overall. I like Pathfinder because I like to be able to like do combat kind of strategically, so I kind of like that. But yeah, but no, D&D is a great like good, especially if it's the first campaign you've ever done, because there's lots of campaigns you can steal from and make your own campaign from. So there you go. I'm trying to remember what all happened at the Houston show. There was an RVD match. There had to be a Shane Douglas match because Francine was there. Because my buddy like freaked out over Francine. That's all I really remember. '90, 99 probably. It was a TNN taping. They were supposed to tape in or maybe it wasn't, maybe it wasn't Douglas. Maybe it was Just Incredible. It was one of them because I remember Francine was there. The TV taping was supposed to take place in Dallas the night before, and the TV truck. This is like the most classic ECW story ever. So the TV truck and the TV crew and all the stuff didn't show up in Dallas, so they just moved the TV taping to Houston, which I happened to be at. So like if you see the show, you can see me for like 3 seconds because I'm like front row. So yeah, it had to be incredible. So yeah, so we all like show up, and all of a sudden, all these people saying, "Oh yeah, the TV that didn't show up in Dallas, so the TV taping is going to be here." I was like, "What?" And it was my birthday. That was my birthday present from ECW. So and then of course I went to what the in your house before WrestleMania. Before the Mike Tyson WrestleMania, that was really bad. That's another show that stands out. I've been, Can you remember the last time the indie scene was this healthy? Even my hometown, and the tour has an indie promotion called Pt.2. Late 90s, maybe? No, this was like when Springsteen. It was No Way Out of Texas was the name of it. It was like stuff. No, there's not, Chase. No, there's not. You missed Jared, unless Jared's still in here somewhere. Of course, he's got to be that guy. He doesn't know how to be anything else. See, the ECW story is almost as good as, the ROH story that Chase started. And the mystery partner replacing HBK is Savio. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Though at that show, me and the guy I went with, who was another big wrestling fan. Yes, that happened. the so we're at the show, and one of the UK shows had happened, and they just put them on. It was Beware of Dog, I think, and I believe it was Beware of Dog, and it just came out on videotape, and so they're selling the videotape at this how long ago this was, at the show, and this dad and this young kid, he's probably like 7 or 8, sat down next to us, and the dad's saying, "Are you sure that's what you want? If we go back, we'll get something else." And he's like, "No." And so because we're like, "That show's good," so we like look over and say, "No, that's a good show. You'll like that show." And it's like, "Yeah." So no, that's a good show. What, the Beware of Dogs? I can't remember. It's whichever. No, it's whatever. Like, it's one of the UK shows that was really good. I can't remember which one it is though. It was One Night Only, maybe. No, I think it was One Night Only. Yes. Okay. Yes. One Night Only. It was One Night Only. It's the one that was good. It wasn't the one that was horrible. It was the one that was good. Because both of us wouldn't have said it was good if it was like, yeah. I'm surprised Didio does. I'm not surprised Lee or Harris, but I'm surprised Didio does. Oh no. This was One Night Only then. He was here. I didn't say you missed out. I'm just saying he was here. So you got to get his lady in here, and then he'll start talking. I don't ask me why, but that's how it goes. You missed the we need to get everybody like back on a. Now, what are you referring to me? When you lost the freaking tickets, Chase. Well, I guess you didn't lose them. The mail service lost them. And me and Brandon had to like be shady with Jim Cornette. They don't like Canada. I just said it was the post office. It really wasn't you. But it's funner to blame you. But if you didn't, we wouldn't have had to like, you know, buy Jim Cornette drinks. The fatal four-way. What a great first love. So is it just you going? Who's going with you? These 2 hours for big show. I miss when they used to bring anything other than Syracuse. I would figure they're gonna stream it, but they're probably not gonna announce they're gonna stream it till like 2 weeks before. One of my friends from here have a place for the kid, Brian, Brandon, but they don't have tickets yet. Cool, cool, cool. I figured there had to have been a crew of you going. I gotta be up in 5 hours. What are you gonna be up in 5 hours for? I bet they go an hour and it's an hour draw. How much you want to bet, Chase? See, I am off work for the night. I would normally be at work right now. What do you mean? No, it's title for title. Thoughts on 3 members of the original Nexus reuniting for King of Trios? I didn't know this. Which 3 members is it going to be? Aldous? He's okay. Like which? I'm with Martine. Which three members is it going to be? You will be in Vegas for WrestleMania. Tarver, Gabriel, and Young. Is Gabriel even any good after he got like dead jumping out of an airplane? Does anybody know? Pooping a butt. We can still make a Darren Young great again. Gabriel is one of my favorites. I've always been a huge fan of his. Yes, Chase, you missed the mini-me. Just to let you know. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, because I thought Gabriel was still like messed up from when he like jumped out of an airplane and parachute didn't like or something didn't go off or something. And Tarver's never been good. Darren Young's okay. The pay-per-view was that like sometime this coming month, I think. See, Chase knows. Main event is Castle versus Cody versus Skrull. Huh? Maybe Skrull will win, and it will be Skrull versus Aldis since they're buddies. I would be happier with that. That would make me happy. I think they needed to give him like better people. You know, he needed like people who like I don't know. They need to make people is what they need to make. And his character is such that you have to have like badasses for him to like wrestle and then beat, because then it makes, even though he's kind of funny and the comedy figure, it makes it work. Scott and Emma relationship that Grant Morton started during his run. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of most of Grant Morrison's run on X-Men, so. Probably not 6, probably 8, I think. 8 or 10. I've been a massive fan of Castle since he became. I think he's been one of the most entertaining wrestlers I've seen. He's awesome live. My wife actually really liked him live. When we saw him live in Oklahoma City, she was like, "Who's this guy?" I was like, "That's Dalton Castle." But boys and girls, I think I'm done. I think we've probably done all the damage we can do. I will, like I said last time, I had family issues show up, though. That's why I wasn't able to do it the last couple of weeks. But hopefully I can do this as well. So pick him up, but I'm worried they'd ruin it. I don't know if they'd ruin him. They'd probably give him another gimmick. I think he's good enough to where he can make a gimmick work. So anyways, but as I said, I'm out. You guys have a good night, good morning, whatever. I will be up for a while bit longer, but I have a house to clean. So later, folks.